Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Political Brown Kid here. I just had to make this video because I just got finished watching my old favorite television show. Didn't even really know it still came on, but I'm pretty sure it's always going to be popular, and that's Maury Povich. And he had a paternity case on. And as usual, somebody comes on the show and surprise, the daddy is not the daddy. And you notice I hate to say this about my people too. I have to bring this up, but it just seems like when I watch more, it's more than less likely going to be the black people that's going to have paternity issues with the kids. It's so sad. But this is the one thing I want to talk about. When it like whether you're watching Maury, whether it's about cheating and having a lie detector test, or whether it's about paternity, and I'm going to start with paternity. And you can even go back to paternity court with I forget the judge's name on that show. But when you watch these shows, everything is so sympathetic towards women. It's just so sympathetic towards them. And this is a reflection of how real life is. And these people, I'm pretty sure, aren't actors. Maybe some of them are. I don't know. But I think for the most part, this is real life. But this show is a reflection of how real life is on a macro level. There's always a woman claiming she knows for 1,000% that some man is the father. She sits on the couch and she's tired of doing it alone, and she's tired of him not being there. And ever since the baby came out, he had doubts. Of course, he had doubts. Mama's baby, Papa's maybe. That's why there needs to be mandatory DNA tests done. Men go through so much trauma to find out years later that a kid is not your kid. That is the ultimate mind blank ever. And so here it is on Maury, and even in paternity court. The woman says that he's the father and she knows 1,000% sure. Everybody's clapping for her. She's tired of doing it alone. He's not present. He hasn't done anything. So then when he comes out, when Maury finally brings the man out, everybody's booing him. He's a piece of trash. I don't even want to use the word trash. I want to use the other word. The whole audience hates him. Totally hates him. And even on paternity court, they don't go that hard because they're in a courtroom. But they're just sitting there. But I'm pretty sure they're probably feeling the same way. And then in the end, when Maury reads the results and it says you are not the father, there's several things that's going to occur. One, woman's going to be traumatized. The guy's traumatized too, but the woman is more traumatized. And it's like, how are you more traumatized? You knew what the possibility was. You were just in denial. You knew what time it was. You should have known. You shouldn't be traumatized at all. Then what's going to happen is, of course the audience is going to act a fool because everybody likes seeing foolishness. But the aftermath is you're going to have Maury always give some speech to some man trying to coax some man to take care of a kid that's not his, when that man has been deceived and lied to. And that's the big portion of it. You just found out that a kid is not your kid. And I'm watching this show right now. This is the episode. Once again, it was a black female. Her friend, it was either her friend or her sister. Two young black females. The sister's going against her sister or her friend, and the other girl's like, I don't know why you going against me. And she was just like, yeah, but you just had another dude over the house, and he over there all the time, and you be talking to him all the time. And then the guy is just there, and then she's traumatized. She once the results are read, she's acting all surprised. And then Maury goes and gets in the guy's ear like, this daughter is the only father. You're the only father that she's known. I need you to be in that girl's life. I have kids that aren't my biological kids, but I love them all the same. And this kid is relying on you because they're all you know. And now Maury's, I guess the producer, Paul Fallhaber, I think that's his name. He has the people in the back room. So some of you probably know what show I'm talking about. I don't know. But he has the people in the back room, and then he asks the female, well, do you know who the father is? And she's like, yes. And then he's like, well, do you want to reach out to him? What kind of guy is he? He's horrible. And she's crying hysterically. He's horrible. He's a horrible person. Well, why did you sleep with a horrible person unprotected? Unprotected. Why are you sleeping with a horrible person? Period. Because he's fun. Because women love danger. They love living. Women might as well play roulette. And y'all know what kind of roulette I'm talking about. I don't think I can say the whole thing. Y'all might as well have a play. Might as well get together in a room and have a roulette party. You and all your friends. Since y'all love living so dangerously, y'all love living and hanging out with these type of men. Just remove the man out the equation and just live on the edge. Go bungee jumping without a cord. Go skydiving without a parachute. Because y'all love living on the edge. I don't understand this. And here it is where you have Maury and you have the producers of the show. Everybody's trying to tell this man who just found out that the kid is not his kid. And from looking at this little girl, she looks to be about 5 years old. So he's been taking care of her for 5 years, and you're trying to coach him into staying or coax him into staying and taking care of a kid and staying attached to something that's not his. When it could be in that man's best interest to just pull away now. He doesn't have any time to get any psychological coaching on this matter to kind of talk him through this process before everybody's in his ear telling him what he needs to do. And he needs to step up and be the father that some other man who's a horrible person cannot be. And therefore being attached to a woman who just cheated on him and deceived him. And to be tied to her for 18 years and also possibly be responsible for this child and taking care of this child, which would take away resources that he may have, which is also time and money from a kid that he may go out and produce and leave his genetics behind. And then you always have the audience clap and they always clap. And so all of this is playing into the man. It's all pressure on him to step up. You have Maury in your ear. You have the audience clapping, wanting you to quote unquote do the quote unquote right thing. But what if the right thing is to walk away and just go live your life? And then they make the man feel bad for doing that. Let Maury ask the question. When Maury asks the question before he reads the results, what are you going to do if you find out this kid is not yours? I'm leaving. And then everybody boos the man for wanting to leave, for finding out a kid is not his. I just watched on Paternity Court last week. The guy found out the kid was not his, but of course the cool thing to say, because it's going to get claps and cheers from the audience, is I'm still going to be there and be in the baby's life. And they let these women off the hook. It's similar to when men are brought on these shows for cheating. When men are brought on these shows for cheating, and as soon as the question comes back and they say that is not correct, or you lied on that question, the woman hauls off and slaps him on public television, national television. And all the audience is just cheering, doing cartwheels, backflips, and cheering her on for physically assaulting somebody and humiliating someone on national television. There's no police, no arrest come. Let that man haul off and do something to her on national television. Physically assault her on national television. He's a horrible human being. And then he's hauled off to jail. And he's labeled for life because it don't work both ways. Women can lay hands on men and get cheered for it, and men can't do the same. It rubs me the wrong way when this type of stuff occurs. It really does. It really, really does. Because this is a reflection of the society that we live in, where men are just always persecuted and pressured into doing things that's not in our best interest. I'm just being honest with you on that. So fellas, look out for your best interest. Don't let people force you to stay into a situation that you should not stay into. Don't let somebody feel obligated for you to take care of a child that's not yours. Because when these test results come back on Maury and they find out that the man has cheated on the woman, you don't hear Maury grab the woman up by the shoulders and tell her and look her in her eyes and say, you need to stick with this man and make it work. Everyone makes mistakes. That's what Maury says about these women. These women can sleep around and do what they want to do unprotected. Mind you, this woman could have caught anything. Not just had a baby, she could have passed along anything to this man. giving him a well, it's not a death sentence anymore. It would have been a death sentence in the 80s, I guess. Um, but, this woman could have given this man anything. And they tell these men to stick around. But when the man gets caught in a cheating and lying, then they tell the women, you need to walk away. Yeah, I hope you don't stay in this relationship. The psychologist is sitting in the front row, that the female psychologist with the blonde hair. Then you have the guy who issued the lie detector test. They're all standing around, and then the audience is cheering. They're egging her on to say, I'm going to dump you and I'm leaving. Come get your stuff. We're through. But no one tells this couple, work it out. Everyone makes mistakes, and just talk through your problems and go to counseling. No one says that about that when he gets caught cheating, when he has a baby outside of the relationship. No one tells the woman, this baby is going to need another mother figure. So you can be that mother figure to show them a strong family when the baby comes to your house, since y'all are together. They don't do that. It's very biased. And so that's all I'm going to say about this. I think y'all see where I'm going with this. But let me know what you think about this. Drop some likes or just some comments in the comment section, and definitely hit the subscribe button. I'm out of here.